Why is this mirrored this way? Why do I look like this? This is gonna bug me. Is this what happens every time? Manage. I can't handle seeing myself flipped. Ooh, I hate that as a metaphor. Stop it. Stop it right now. I'm distracted by this. I wanted to say I had things I wanted to say and I can't get there cuz I'm over here about why am I going this way and it's looking like it's God, why are you flipped? God, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. I don't like the way you see me. Ew. Ew. Okay. I'm so oh. I'm so not symmetrical. I can't figure it out. I'm like, I'm so not symmetrical. Yeah. What? You guys, this is too much for body dysmorphic. Like, this is too much. Or is it just an excuse? I need to look at the camera and not look at myself. I have to find a way around it. If I just hide myself from myself, then maybe I can tolerate it. You can consider all of this a metaphor. As above, so below, as within, so without. Whatever it is them witches say. All right. Normally I would be able to get past this so much easier, but I'm currently just in a really wicked way. It makes it harder. It makes it harder. But I shall prevail. Hopefully. I'm just not looking at you. I'm just not looking at you. I'm just not looking at you. This is not sponsored by Just Salad. Clearly, I am eating ravioli from just a Just Salad bowl. I mean, which could still be sponsored. In all honesty, this is my best bowl. It's a bowl and Tupperware in one. You know? And you know what? You can use the top as a plate. Because that's what I did. And then when you have leftovers, you can just pop the top on, you know? So, I mean, it could be sponsored, but it's not. It's not. Anyways, my name is Garbage Gal Lily. Um, Welcome to Garbage Galaxy. I am your host. This is Garbage Gal TV. My name's Lily. All the things. You're probably wondering why I'm calling myself all of these bad things. If you're wondering that, there are other things along my page and wherever else out in the world where you can find that information that's not here, because I will get too sidetracked and it will get completely off rails and we will never get to the point of what I'm trying to say. And getting us to a point is very hard for me to do. It is not something that is easy. It is not something that is guaranteed by any means. It is not guaranteed that I get there, but I'm gonna try. I have ADHD. It runs rampant. I am unmedicated and yet dedicated to my spiritual, emotional, all the types of health and well-being. But I do be fucking up. I do be fucking up. I be fucking. It's okay. It's okay. I be fucking up. I be fucking up. I be fucking up. I be fucking up. It's because I'm a trash hag. Like, I'm not your perfect witch. Like, I am your cutesy little whoopsie daisy silly me witch. It seems I'm gonna have to go on this tangent. Why I always have to over fucking explain things. No, you do not have to over explain it. Just fucking get to the point. Okay, so as we were saying, I am Garbage Gal. Hi. Call me Lily if you're uncomfortable with calling me garbage. Stop. Get to the point. So, I was on live. I do these things called pots and pans. They're not really pots and pans. They're supposed to be deep thoughts. THOTS, thoughts, like that hoe over there, thoughts. Deep thoughts. And pots and pans is supposed to be the code word for the fact I've been gardening. But apparently gardening is the decided upon code word. But when that goes out, switch to pots and pans. It's already here for us. It means you smoke a pot and you got a panoramic view. Pots and pans, doing the dishes, if you will. Anyways, I do these things where I basically garden and I talk. And it's my version of talk therapy with myself, because your girl don't have no health insurance and is too unpredictable for therapy. No, I'm kidding. That's just something that's really hard for me to do as the person that I am. I'm getting myself together to do that. When I don't have other basic needs in place. Can't be bothered. Just gotta talk to myself. Anyways, no, I explained all of that a little bit more eloquently on the live. I started this on a live. I do these pots and pans. It's on Instagram. And I was cooking. I've been needing to talk some shit out. I've really been needing to journal. and write some shit out, but I've been reluctant to write. I've been holding myself back. This is where the initial pots and pans started. This is where the thing started on the live. Here's a recap. The live didn't live. It got stopped because my phone overheated and it died. So I have to give you a recap. This is all we got. I'm gonna try to ring it in. I'm gonna try to get back to where we were, get back to where we're going, and get going. All right. Are we here? Are we queer? All right. And here we go. I was talking about how I hold myself back in a lot of different ways, which got me going on to trying to explain what's going on with me right now. And, okay, so how do we start? How do we get back? Oh, what's the question? Try to center yourself. It's been some time in between the live and now because I made food. And so, yeah. I am worried about my computer overheating now. I had gone on about how I am a chronic overthinker and how I think I learned that behavior or was conditioned into that behavior because of the way it feels right now or the way it had felt in that moment. It was giving very much, it's just not going to be able to be strung back together in the same way. It's just not beautiful. You gotta do a loop around or something. Oh yeah. Guys, it take a very long time to get to the point. This is why I can't get on tangents that like I know I shouldn't just get on, but then Lord, I can't with myself. Leave me alone. Growing up, I was a military kid. I moved around all the time. Every 3 years, I'm always moving. And growing up, I have had this belief that, well, it's not that I had this belief, but this has been a pattern of mine, and it is something that I would rather like to break. And that is this pattern of everything else changes around me, I stay the same. Everything else changes around me, I stay the same. Now, that is normally like it makes sense that if you grow up, that do I fucking always close my eyes. That's what it is. I just must always close my eyes. That's what it is. Okay. That's how I do this. Um Take that as a download however you will. But anyway, okay. Uh, I'm a little lily flower. As we were. So we were talking about how growing up, I always felt like I stayed the same, everything else changed. And I would understand how that is such a defense mechanism when you have to you have to maintain something that you feel like you can control. And you can only control yourself when your whole everything around you is completely you have no control over. And then you could be me and you just happen to be a control freak, can only control yourself. And so you put a lot of binds, you know, you do it to yourself, you know. It makes sense as a defense mechanism. Like it makes sense that that's what would happen, right? Here's where I went off a tangent in live because it makes sense why it would happen, but also what it feels like to me or what it felt like to me as I was explaining this is how when I was a kid or even now, sometimes talking to my mom, she'll be like, it will be an argument and she'll like I'll have done something wrong and she'll be like, what were you thinking? Like, what's wrong with you? What were you thinking? And she would expect these explanations that would somehow like absolve me of whatever it is was that I did wrong. And so then I, as a child, not knowing what the fuck I was doing, not having a more complex like answer to questions than the first thing that I said. But she's like, no, that can't be the truth. That can't be what's really going on. And then so then I would have to grasp for big like fucking like explanations, like deep, like dig deep into my psyche and well, I probably did this because and whatever it was that I would say, it would come back and she'd be like, "Ah, that's just an excuse," or "You're blaming me, you're blaming someone else," and and I'm like, "Well, you wanted me to absolve myself of whatever mistake I made or whatever I'm explaining. This is how this happened potentially. I don't know, but I'm still wrong, and I don't know because I made it up, like thinking, making, overthinking into these connections, like trying to make these connections and things that make sense, and they do make sense. And I'm like, oh, I don't know though. I don't fucking know. And that explains how I feel like I am so indecisive. I am so I am so I have a very, very hard time trusting myself. Um, and that, me explaining that kind of cause and effect of that's what happened, and this is potentially the result, and this is how I logic and get to why I think that this is the result. But if this was something that my mom would see or have any say with, she would say, now you've just made this my fault. Have blamed me again. And I'm like, fucking damn it. God, I'm not trying to, but you have an impact. And so then, so, anyways, as I was, that's an example of then how I make a connection that makes sense and then I question it and tear it down. So anyways, I am a chronic fucking overthinker. I'm chronic overthinker. I have a doctorate in overthinking. That was a joke I cracked earlier. It worked then. I don't think it works now because I had to fucking over explain it. Because not only am I an overthinker, I have to try and explain what it is that I was thinking. And then you understand me, and then nobody ever still understands me because she never understood me. And like, she was like, "You're wrong." Still, nothing ever worked. And so now, as an adult, when I'm dealing with my issues, I'm thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and overthinking because I don't know what the right answer is and I cannot trust myself for the answer. Um, and as real as that answer feels to me, I'm thinking about how that just casts blame to my mom and how maybe I'm not really taking responsibility for just being a shit awful person. All right. Anyways, this is therapy. I told y'all this is therapy. I told y'all therapy. I don't know what else you were expecting. I don't know. I don't know. I put comedy in the hashtags. I find it funny. I find myself funny. Well, anyways. Mm, can't look at myself. Mm-mm. Okay. So I was at, because that was a tangent, right? How I have this habit of staying the same. Everything else around me changes. Staying the same, everything else around me changes. Only like they're just bad beliefs. They're really, really, really restrictive systems. They're really um, really hurt things, I guess you could say. They are I held tight to an identity of depression. I held tight to just bad belief systems that hurt me. As everything else changed, I stayed the same in this very restrictive, hard state. Um, and that's something that I have been changing. That's something that I have been working on because I no longer identify with those those beliefs about myself. I no longer identify with all of the shame and the guilt and the things um that I felt. But the thing and well, but and whatever. Um the thing is, as much as I no longer identify as that person, as much as I no longer, believe that there's nothing more for me, as much as I am committed to, you know, feeling better and feeling good because I understand what that feels like now. I still struggle to stay there. I still struggle not to fall back into the groove of the same destructive patternings. And that is everybody on their fucking spiritual journey. Like that's all of us. Like we fight to change, as we fight to transform, as we fight to, whatever the fucking word is, metamorphosis. But what's the what would that be, a verb, a version of, I don't fucking know, whatever. As we transform, um I got off track thinking of words. Wow, good job. Thinking in how I just treated myself there. As we fight to move past these old patterns, it's not like we just one day decide to stop them and they're all gone and we're perfect from that moment on. Like, that shit just doesn't work that way. We go through periods where the demons are like right in your fucking face, in your ears, and everywhere. And then there are other times where the demons are way in the back rear view mirror, and you're like, you will never catch back up to me. Thanks, I'm gone. I'm scot free. You're not fucking scot free, baby. No, that shit. um, but it's fine. Sometimes you be going through it, and that's the whole mission of Garbage Gal. That's why I it's a real reason why I continue to be in these intense, deep situations where all of my come out to play, and they are playing at their A game, and my new skills as a trying to be happy person is like play ball. Why are we playing ball? I've never liked balls flying at my face. What the fuck? And just getting its ass whooped. Uh, but we always root for the underdogs, and the underdogs in this position are the good guys. So we're gonna be happy. We're gonna be happy. Ah! God. Okay. So, anyways, I hope this is relatable content. I hope you see yourself in me. Well, I really hope you don't, but if you do, I'm here. That's why I'm here. Um, so yeah, I don't know, bruh. What I was talking about was, um, right. So when those habits that you hold on to don't change are things that are poisoning you, or that are things that are no good for you, that is not a good practice to have. That is not a good habit to hold. It is something that you have to let go of, right? Something that you have to shift. And so this the conversation all by me saying like, oh, I love change, something like that, because I am in the here's the situation. Here, let me set the scene. 2 in the afternoons. Okay, now, if you knew where I was going with that, that's good on you. Oh, Smoko. There was another clue. That was actually not just a clue. That was a whole. That was a bit of everything. Um. So, as I was saying, um, before I so rudely interrupted myself with randomness, is I should really do this outside. I should. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay. We're talking about some demons, so let me fight some of those real quick too. Well, got some sage here, and yes, I am native, so I get to enjoy this, and I really fucking do. All right. So what was I saying? I was talking about something about oh, I fucking love sage so much. I'm so glad to have it. Okay. Just really love this shit, you guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's like the best. So it's like a lot. But, yeah. You guys probably think I'm so weird. What's crazy is like I used to be able to like mask it so easy. This is another reason why I just identified with and nobody understands. I'm fucking goth. Nobody understands I'm goth. Y'all don't get it. Like I've been goth. Fuck. But I'm multiplicitous. Is that a word? I got a lot. I got a lot about me, so I don't adhere to. Oh shit! I keep the fucking smoke detectors in the kitchen are so ridiculous that get any smoke sage going off in the kitchen. I don't know, man. Like we're moving. Here's the situation. This is what I need to talk to you about. I'm back on track, sort of, maybe, kind of. So the situation is, let me set the scene. That's where I was. Oh, why am I so? You can't be looking at yourself, babe. You can't be looking at yourself. Okay. So, so, oh man, I'm gonna get like flagged. Like that's That's some bullshit. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let me. How? Can't be looking at myself. Let me set the scene. So the scene is. I'll be able to see myself through my. Maybe that works. Okay. For those of you just catching up, I cannot bear to look at myself because I'm flipped in the camera and it's bugging the shit out of me. And that we can we're not going to talk about the symbolism in that. We're just not. Just how I'm not going to see myself. That'd be great. Cuz it's not the topic of okay. Okay. Um Nobody understands me. I was just talking about I'm God. I'm an emo bitch. Nobody understands I'm an emo bitch. Like, why don't y'all understand? Just because I look like this? Because I can't commit to a fucking style? Fuck. Anyways, where I was, let me set the scene. The scene, it's 2 in the afternoon. It's not. Is it? Almost. Okay. I did say I was gonna be going by 2. Um If I can get that as my like as a clip, that would be funny for a picture of me just. Anyways, oh my god, help, help! I'm trying to get to the point. I'm trying so hard. I get distracted by the comedy. All right. So here's the sitch. I need to move. We are moving. My roommates have been moving. They are pretty much moved. I need to move. And I told myself tomorrow would be the day I move. Um, so until tomorrow, I have not moved a muscle. I am full panic, revolt, um, fawn, freeze, response. I am I am sitting in my filth, refusing to do my laundry. I am here in in the depths, digging through the mud, trying to find my happy self. And it's been a struggle. But again, that's part of why we do this, which is there was an open loop there somewhere, and I know it. I know it. I'd already, eh, and I've lost the loop again. So yeah, we'll loop back to it, I guess. Um, so I am here, having lost the point once more, and yeah. So laundry. I'm everywhere. Laundry, terrible. Oh yeah, I'm refusing to do anything until tomorrow, basically. Why? Because I don't know where I'm going. I have been in this holding pattern. And this is where we had a tangent during live. I've been in this holding pattern for about a year. This entire year of being here, I feel like has been like this weird like bloop blip like limbo freeze period. But it hasn't been, and that's the thing that gets me. It's like it's a delusion that it has been, and uh, And this is why we got on to the everything. I say the same, everything changes. See, here's the thing. I feel this weird blip sensation, like this past year being like a, oh, like, I, I, a feeling. I feel this feeling because I think how do I explain this? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I didn't say anything. You didn't say anything. um, I got distracted biting my lip. Aren't I so cute? Your dream girl. um, it feels like. Mm, 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 mm. So this year feels weird because, and like disillusion. It's felt like a delusion because I feel like on the one hand, throughout this year, I've just been in limbo trying to figure out what it is that my next step is supposed to be. Um, it feels like, on the one hand, I've done nothing this year but stay in this weird, like, refusing to accept the change. Like, I'm thinking too much about how my face looks right now, so I've gotten distracted. Mm. Every time I'm trying to get to like this is something you'll understand about me soon. Like when I'm getting like the crux of something, like about to explain something that might be like a mic drop moment, like the brain just it starts doing everything in its power to take me away from it. I think as a defense mechanism, because like whatever I'm about to say could come out found, or it could come out like a super big duh moment, or like I don't know, like it's just vulnerable in some sense, I guess. So like me over here trying to express something, and it gets increasingly harder, and I'm like right there, like, it's like at the tip of my tongue, but like can't communicate. Does that happen to y'all? Does that happen to y'all? Is it just, no, I know it happens to people that like, I just it happens to me, and then I get myself off track, and then I have to find my way back to the point, back to the brilliancy that I was about to drop on you. Just accept it. Oh. So something feels like something. Once I get a fucking hold of this being able to keep track of the thought thing, It's over. It's over for you hoes. Like, I swear to God. I swear. But until then, proceed with my ass, I guess. We talking. We be cooking. We be cooking up in here. And then we just, oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, good. That's good news. Okay. What? Like when you get like as a potential scam, like email, text thing, but like it's sounding a little fucking too good to be true that it's like why this is being sent to you, and then you start thinking, oh, well, is this a sign? Is this something I should be taking hopping on? And then you're like, are you fucking nuts? Which gets me basically grandly back to the point in that I have this terrible habit of overthinking, but it's also hilarious because I absolutely love to overthink. It's what I like to do. That's why I do this. It's why I got a fucking philosophy, even though they didn't teach you how to overthink in a positive way. They taught you how to look at people's brilliant minds and explain why they were wrong. And I'm like, "Ugh, bro, like it's just cool. Okay. Um, and I want to learn to think that way. Yes, it be getting me. It do be getting me though. How much was your coffee pots? Ladies and gentlemen, okay, great, awesome. He hates me, I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not going to listen to this right now. Goodness. I should be wrapping up probably pretty soon. Anyways, this is what happens when I look at myself for too long. I start doing weird things. And I can't be looking at myself. It's just too much. It's just too much. Not like this. Not like this. Ugh, the horrors. Woe is me. Okay, that's where I come from. That's not where I'm going. Right. Sort of back on track ish, back on a track of sorts. So, um, all the bad habits are out to play. They're playing at their best. Ugh. Okay. That's okay because we know that we do have. Okay, so we have this like thing where. Right. So another thing we were talking about during the live that did not live is the fact that um, I now because I have this why do I why did I almost make the statement or making the statement that I love change? Well, because growing up, every 3 years, everything would change. Everything would change. So while on the one hand, that caused me to have this behavior, like have this pattern of hanging on to destructive behaviors as I stayed the same, as everything else changed. It also allowed me to really enjoy and appreciate big sweeping changes, and I don't mind them. And I and it's not that like Lane, and I do always love and welcome the opportunity to step into a new identity of sorts. Um, Even though I never felt like I used to. Now I feel like I am. Now I feel like I am changing um, within within the change. Now it's not just that big things around me are changing and I'm staying the same. It's that maybe even nothing's changing around me and I'm fucking changing, which is huge. That's huge to me because I was so committed to this story and the identity of the non-changing sad person, the person who would just always be depressed. And you know I'm changing from that. And as I do that, as I release those old identities, as I transmute those energies and become more of myself at my core, I got distracted. I'm gonna go on a quick tangent here just because why not? Because I'm distracted anyways. I don't know where I was going and I was going somewhere. I was going somewhere really good. But these habits of mine, they persist. They persist, and all we can do is better how we react to them. So as we wait to get back on track, I can talk to you about something. I forgot what it was that I was going. Oh, I think about ADHD in general. I did not know I had ADHD until a few years ago, like 2020 pandemic era times, the 2021, 2022, even maybe. Um, and I'm still coming to terms with it, but like it's like the more I learn about myself and the way my mind works with the ADHD a little bit and coming to accept all the things that I used to be so frustrated with myself with, and I still am frustrated with myself with. They have an explanation that do not sum up to me just being a shit ass person. You know, that's huge in helping me. Uh, um, but as that happens, as I become more understanding of my pitfalls, um, I have I see them more, first of all, and I have no control over like forcing myself to behave as much like I used to. I used to be able to force myself into a mask. I used to be able to force myself into getting shit done, into doing things but like not not well. Like I struggled so bad. I struggled so bad and nobody fucking understood. Ugh. And yeah, I just want to cry. But I've lost the ability to enforce restrictions on myself in the same way I used to. I was saying, I don't know whether it was on this live or the one earlier that didn't live, but like how what I used to do was, when everything changes and only you have control over yourself. But I'm a control freak, so like I put so many restrictions on myself. Restrictions on myself. Um, and it's very because it's very understanding that the restrictions I would put on myself would be so severe and so hard because not only are they normal due to the circumstances that I grew up in, but they are extreme due to the fact that I am also very neurodivergent. And I had to hide that and had to always feel misunderstood. And I had this like guilt of like, even my family knows me. I feel like nobody knows me because I was hiding, I guess, how abnormal I felt, but I wasn't really hiding it. All it was just going into my depression identity. It was just going into my sadness identity. It was just going into those things um, that seemed to be the answer that had no cause that like growing up I had so many arguments and things and misunderstandings with family and stuff um because I was sad, because I was depressed, because I was so down and nobody understood why, because there was nothing wrong with me. There was nothing to me. I have been very fortunate in life that I've been very protected, I believe. Um, I could be wrong. It's something that people cast doubt on all of the time because of the way that I react, I guess, to things or whatever. I don't know. People have asked me many times if I've had like abuse or something, and I don't know, but I don't think so. But whatever. As far as I know, I've been very fortunate. So I just don't know why I would feel this way. I don't know um, why I would be going through these emotions and these feelings. And so we would have these fights and these conversations and these just these shit shows of like misunderstandings. Um, my mom would be trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with me. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong with me. Turns out it's undiagnosed ADHD, potentially autism. Even now, I question it. Like the ADHD, even though you see it, I feel like it's so clear. But then I gaslight myself into saying, maybe you're just acting and playing it up. Anyways, all why I need therapy. Why I'm here. Y'all should just tag a therapist and just we can just renegade this shit. Just tag a therapist and like have them they can respond. Anyways, this is BetterHelp. BetterHelp Renegade Edition. BetterHelp Guerrilla Style. All right. Nah. BetterHelp sponsor me. Let me make these videos. To entertain people. Me talking about myself. To entertain myself. We understand. We understand. We understand. This happens. This happens. We get to very close to having a point. And they get yanked away. We've seen it before. We've seen it before. It'll happen again. It's fine. And anyways, I was talking about my current situation. Okay. I be getting distracted. I be getting distracted. Don't look at yourself, you will get further distracted. So, I'm also distracted because my roommate's right outside. So, I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna go. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. Now there's like no light, but it's okay. It's intimate. It's fine. It's fine. We're. It's just us. It's just us. Get cozy. Just us. So this is better on my back, anyways. I might fall asleep though. That is a problematic potentiality. Okay, especially if I have to keep my eyes closed. Oh boy, let's try and talk and walk at the same time. Laying. Okay. I was going deep into trauma. I guess it's just like not even really whatever. Okay, whatever. Just going into myself, just digging deep, just digging. And um, so, what I've discovered is that that's what I get for looking at myself. No, why are they doing this? Stop it right now. Stop it. I was talking about how I'm too comfortable. I just want to go to sleep. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. So I can no longer fucking force myself to behave because I know too much. I'm like, oh, it's just who you are. It's okay. It's fine. Just ruin my fucking life. Just do it. You do you, queen. And I'm just like, no, no, no. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And let me go back to what's my life. What's happening in my life is we need to move. My roommates are moving. My roommate is here moving right now. Like getting like just basically waiting for me to leave so that she can fucking clean and finish everything and be done with it. But I'm not leaving because I don't know where the fuck I'm going. And I am going back into Bertha for a bit. I guess I really have to pick this booger. I'm sorry. It's bugging me. It's bugging me. I can't stand boogers like that. I can't. So, intimate sessions. Oh yeah, it's on this side because everything's fucking backwards. Okay. So, as I was saying, my eyebrows are on fleek because my roommate fucking plucked them for me the other day. It was great. Needed that. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going. Everybody else has their solutions. I don't have a solution. I'm about to have to live in Bertha again, which I would be welcoming if it weren't into summer and rainy season. Especially it being rainy season. 'Cause Bertha apparently now has a leak in the back on, and that how do I get this? Can't that can't happen. That can't happen. if I'm in there, like, I'm just gonna be getting rained on. Not to mention the potential problems that are there already existing because of that, that I am so fucking scared of dealing with. So I have just been sitting here in a paralyzed position, not able to fucking do anything until tomorrow when I'm gonna force myself to do something or try to. Well, I have to, but I don't really, and that's problematic. But the plan to get the storage unit, move everything non-essential into the storage unit, and be in Bertha until I figure out the next steps. I'm just extremely, extremely fearful of this. Extremely fearful of this. And there's so many things and factors and things that I've been overthinking and overthinking and over and over and over and overthinking because I'm a chronic overthinker. That was been a topic of today. Um, and um, with the overthinking, I have also I lost my thoughts. Lost them. Mm, they don't think it be like it is, but it do. It do. It do. I'm so tired. I'm always so tired. Uh, I have so many things to work on. Anyways, you want to know what threw me off track? I'm actually not sure, but I will tell you that this thought as I was speaking. And the thought was, damn, you're actually pretty close to getting to your point and wrapping it all up and being done. And there's only, a few minutes until it's two. And like, you might actually be able to get out of here semi around the time you said you would. All those thoughts went through my head as I was speaking and threw me off track. Um, uh, and so here we are, chilling again. How big my arms are. Body dysmorphia and the back it again. They just are just getting to me. Get you, goo, get you, goo, get you, goo, because they're where I came from. Not where I'm going. They're my past habits, comfortable grooves, neural pathways we are no longer practicing. Goodbye, goodbye. But, of course, it makes sense that they'd be here around this time because I'm going through a stressful period. This is stressful. This is scary. This is a hard change. This is grand sweeping change that's happening. And as I had been trying to say and string that along, the fact that I had made this statement that I generally don't mind making changes, right? Well, here I am in a situation of the grand sweeping change that's interesting because I used to have these situations all the time 3 years because of the way my family lived, but I now still perpetuate in my own way because it's not that I have to leave and create a big grand sweeping change all the time. Um, because of family moving, it's because of whatever the fuck I'm doing. Continuously create situations where I'm ready to leave or where I go somewhere else or do something else. Um, or there's just change in my life. That has nothing to do with me being able to change. Does that make sense? So like I have this pattern of like, still making moves, but staying the same within those moves, still making moves, but staying the same. And I always welcome those big moves because I think that I'm going to change within those moves. I think that I'm going to get somewhere else and I'm going to become a brand new different person and I'm going to change and then but recently I never would. Well, now I feel like I have been changing. I think I've already talked about this. But yeah, so like I feel like I have been changing and um but the environment hasn't changed. Like I have just been, changing. Which is great, but I'm in this situation currently where I feel like I've been in limbo because on the one hand, I've been trying to figure out what it is that this next change is going to be because I got crash landed in Miami. I never expected to be here. Fell in love with it, but really just kind of had to be here because couldn't I'm trying to figure out what my next move is. And so for this entire year, I've just been going with the flow, but also trying to figure out what my next move is and expecting to have like expecting nothing to change like within myself. It's like I got here and I expected myself to stay the same because normally that's what happens. Normally, I would get somewhere and everything would stay the same. My goals would stay the same. Well, because normally I didn't have goals. Normally I wasn't really going anywhere, doing anything. But now that I've changed, I am, and I am in the process of changing. I am looking from one perspective, like, wait a second, like, it's only been a year. What do you mean you have different goals or you might want different things right now? Like, what do you mean things have changed? And all this time we've just been trying to figure out how to like, I've just it's been a weird year. I'm not able to articulate this well yet, but it's been a weird year. Um Where I guess because I have expected myself to stay the same and I've changed, I now have, like, this weird, like, mix match of, like, what I'm supposed to be doing. And I've been feeling this whole year, I have been just trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. But in the meantime of me trying to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to do, I've been doing things. I've been making changes. I've been doing things. It's not like I've just been chilling and like those things that I've been doing, they don't not matter. Like they matter. But what were they doing? All right. I'm sure I've lost you. I've lost myself. Whatever. I'm just overthinking it. overthinking everything, tired of overthinking, but I keep thinking my way into oblivion. Um, I'm having a hard time right now, which makes sense because I'm in another one of these situations. It's interesting because I'm in another one of these situations. Because like I said, I've put myself in situation after situation after situation where I have to endure grand sweeping change. And and it's funny because as a kid, those grand sweeping changes were unavoidable. I had no control over them. But now as an adult, I do. And I have to make decisions that influence them, you know? And that's different. Same, but different. And I, you know, just don't know what to do. Long story short, I just don't know what to do. I'm too tired to continue. I'm supposed to be getting out of here, but now I just want to sleep. All my worst traits are out. I'm playing ball best. You know that when they're playing ball really hard, it's because you're really on the brink of something. It's it's the slingshot. I'm aware of the slingshot. The slingshot propels you forward, but in order to get you there, it brings you all the way back to where you've already been. And then you gotta use what you know to propel yourself forward from where you've already been. You should be able to just break through all of those walls and patterns again because you've already done it. It's just a test. And as you do it and you gain speed, you go boom, and you get somewhere else. That's something I know. So me experiencing that, the sads, the deep darks, but reacting to them differently because I know better, because I've been through them, I shall propel myself forward into a new, better situation. And I know I've done this before, and I've done this before, and I'll do it again. And every time we just get a little bit better, it just gets a little bit easier until it's fucking easy and it's not a thing anymore. And we're not there yet, and that's okay. We're in the really interesting part where you're recognizing all of the mechanisms at play as the mechanisms are at play. And that's a cool space to be in. And I can appreciate that and I can chill and do my best to allow these shadows to be here and to show me what it is that they want to show me so that I can integrate them quickly, Boom, boom, pow. Get on my fucking next. Get to my next station. It's just that I don't know where that next station is. I don't know where that next station is. What the fuck is that? Why is that so wet? Hmm. Just food condensation, I guess. All right. Room's a mess. It's been acting up. It's okay that I'm acting up. It's okay. It makes sense that of course, I'm acting up. This is where you've been. This is where you come from. And as we know, the shot brings you back. Brings you back to where you've been. Brings you back to where you come from. Before you get where you're going again. But precision is key. Precision is a good thing. Keep ending back up, refiguring things out because it's a balance between, okay, that's it. It's a balance between just going where the wind takes you and knowing which way is up. You know, you can be carried by the wind toward your destination, or you can be carried by the wind to a lost place because you don't fucking have a decision made, or you can be carried by the wind straight to hell because you are got your sails the wrong fucking way, thinking about things you don't want to be thinking about. And I would like to be carried with the wind towards the destination, but I'm currently being carried with the wind out the fuck to sea, out way over yonder, away from land, lost as hell because I don't know where the fuck I want to be going. So I got myself lost again because I was like, oh, it's a balance, it's a balance. And then I just metaphorically made that balance, made it make sense. And it's not, it's a balance, but you still need a direction. Mm, it is what it is. I think maybe the direction can be good enough to just say towards the greater good. Just say anywhere you take me is fine as long as it's on my path towards the greater good. Is that good enough? Right. I think that's long enough for me to be talking. So I'm gonna throw these deuces up. I don't know. I mean, that's sort of the point. That was sort of the point, I guess. I don't. Was there a point there? There were many. There were. There were many things said, many things said, many downloads had. It was a good therapy session. I'm fucking tired. Bye, y'all. The way this is like resting, it's giving like game mechanisms. You know what I mean? I don't. Is it obvious I don't play games? But like it kind of is giving that to me. I don't know. Whatever. Okay.